Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of Quick Conversations. My name is Jerry L. Johnson, and this week we'll be discussing the state of the arts in Washington, D.C. And so today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Angie Gates, who is the director of the D.C. Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, as well as Big G of the legendary Backyard Band. We are so excited to be having this conversation with two staples in the DC creative community. And just as a quick reminder, this will be recorded via Zoom for playback on Facebook, and any additional recording of this program without the express written permission of the Recording Academy is prohibited. So thank you again, Angie and Big G. Go ahead and take it away.
What's up, G?
Hey, Angie, how are you?
Good. You doing good?
I'm good, pretty good, just holding up.
Well, look, first things first, how's your family?
Everybody's good, just doing COVID, just holding up, just going by all the rules that the mayor's put out, as far as wearing a mask when you go out, social distancing, things of that nature, just holding up, just keeping everybody safe, kids, family members.
Absolutely. So I'm leaving my house the other day, heading down H Street.
Yeah.
At the corner, who do I see? Big G on the X2 bus.
Right.
Yeah, on the X2 bus, Big G. A couple of days later, I'm on the train. I'm on the metro. So
Yeah.
I get off at my stop downtown. Who do I see? Big G, right there on the metro. So I'm like, he all over the place. I was at the grocery store the other day. I'm like, wait, is that G over there in the tricolor bell pepper section? Like, what's going on? So, you have been out advocating, talking about public safety. You have done some public safety announcements for us. You've talked about distance learning, making sure the students are still being educated in the home. So have you always been a community advocate?
Always, since junior high school, Cardozo, always was out in the community. I thought it was a big part that a kid like me can lead, and as being a leader, they like to follow me. So putting positive messages out, always in the community, is always a plus. And just having the voice that I have with my band, speaking that at my shows and letting them know, hey, this is the safe way to do it. This is the safety measurements we need to take in our city. And being with the regentification in our city and everything moving at a fast pace, and everybody not being able to be around everybody like it's like usually regularly out. So just like putting the message out, just talking to everybody, being a leader, I have always been that person that always been like in the community talking to the youth.
Right, and your voice is definitely being heard loud and clear, not only during this COVID pandemic time, but, let the truth be known, you've always been a step ahead of the game.
Yes.
So dropping that 51st state shoe a while back, I mean, you were ahead of the game. So I know when the House of Representatives voted that DC is well on its way to be the 51st state, that had to make you proud. So advocating, showing that through a fashion manner was just hot. So, how did that come about?
That came about with my manager, Rasan Fuller. We reached out with throughout teammate with DTLR and reached out to the Ewing brand. And we had this big idea, and I made the model of the shoe, designed the shoe, and we had our fingers crossed. And they liked it. They really enjoyed the model and what it was really talking about. Because like with our city, with the taxation, with our representation, and us being a state coming, it made sense. And they were like, okay, well, we like it. And they put it out and we pushed it, and people actually was in line waiting outside like a Michael Jordan shoe came out. We did pretty well on that shoe.
Mm-hmm. And what, do you have a couple other things like happening along those lines that you're going to be releasing that's advocate related, or?
It's a different the Black Matter song that we're putting together. And then we had that welcome We Are Backyard Washington, DC. Just a strong song, and with the voter registration thing that we're doing. And just like we also put a song together, stay safe, keep your hands out your face. You know what I mean? Wear your mask. So we putting a bunch of things together, and we're gonna put them out as single compilations for music in the city our people to really pay attention, because I think they're really listening to what I say, and the message to come across even more easier with the beat and the keyboards and the guitars, and they really fell in love with it.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. They definitely listening to what you're saying. And you know, speaking of Black Lives, like in a matter of a overnight 24-hour period, we all woke up here to DC, to the mural Black Lives Matter right there on 16th Street, right there at Black Lives Matter Plaza. Shout out to Mayor Bowser.
Shout out to her.
A supporter of the artistic work. But as an artist, as an African-American, you know, male, to wake up and be a part of that movement, how did you feel when you saw that Black Lives Matter mural?
First of all, I was so proud of her for doing that. And it like, bro, it made me emotional, because the next couple of days, other cities followed her trend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just that strong Black woman putting that out, and she didn't care. She just wanted to make that a situation like, look, this was really happening. Our lives matter. And where she did it at, I was like, oh. And then when we rolled down there Juneteenth and saw it, and I said Indian style, I was like, yes, my mayor, my city, our sound. And it was just so beautiful. And I was like, yes, look at her standing up there. It was just a breath of fresh air. Like I said, I got emotional with it because I'm an emotional person. And it was just hands-on, how she was right there. She stood there. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Made me feel awesome. It still makes me feel awesome to this day.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Tupac was talking about all eyes on me. You know, all eyes was on DC, and it not only impacted us locally, but regionally, nationally, and it had a global impact. And, you know, talking about our voice, our music, DC now has go-go as the official music of Washington, D.C., thanks to the council and Mayor Bowser. Like, how does that resonate in the go-go community?
It was beautiful, man. But McDuffie and Mayor Bowser, I was right beside him when she signed it. And then she was like, here you go, Big G. And I was like, yes, yes. And it was just so dope to have all those people down there. Like, I go in so many cities and they have their music and their name. And finally to have our music, the capital right here where we're from, born and raised, it means so much. And everybody's coming at me. Y'all finally got it stamped in. And it was good that it happened at this time, because so much stuff is going on and it's just historic.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what I think is interesting too, like you can't silence our music at all. And so even in the midst of a quarantine, what did we do, G? We brought the club to the crib.
Oh, we brought the club to the crib. And I appreciate you, because you didn't turn the door on me. You didn't close your eyes on me. You answered the calls and you let us come in. You had your rules, your strict rules.
Honey.
You had your rules, and we had to provide by the rules. But look, what's so crazy, you came in and said, okay, let me look and see if my house straight now. But it was beautiful, and we knocked it out, and we came several times, and it was a safe place. Everybody enjoyed it. We brought the go-go right to the crib. Everybody was in their living room. It was safe, and we made a super event out of it. I can't wait to get back.
I mean, the thousands and thousands of viewers that tuned in. And I think what's important is that we're all creatives at heart. But at the end of the day, it was an opportunity to still let our music be heard. Let people, you know, convert their basements, their living rooms into the, you know, into the club. And ultimately, it was an opportunity to allow some resources to come back to the artists. And I felt very good about that. You know, it's interesting because sometimes when you go through life, and sometimes the worst things that's happening actually prepares you for greatness and something better. So, you know, I've had a lot of time to use these days to reflect. And as a Hurricane Katrina survivor, I never would have thought like going through Hurricane Katrina would have prepared me for some of the challenges that, you know, we're facing today. So in the midst of like this self-isolation, I'm sure you've had time to reflect and think about what's part of the core character traits that you've had to like get you through this.
Well, just listening to music. Music always calms me, and just me putting together different ideas of what's my next venture, what I'm trying to do. Being in the studio, being safe, spaced out. We put music together. I know it's a rough time right now financially, but this has brought the band together more as a family, more as a group unit, making us stronger, knowing that what we really have to do once the doors really open up and we're able to get back to regular life, when I don't know when that's going to be. But, you know what I mean, during this time, we've lost money and people in the band like us, like really going through tough times, but just being focused and saying, okay, I was able to slow down.
Right.
I'm able to have more family time, really focus on this, focus on family, what's really going on, what I wasn't touching because I was so running around everywhere.
Right.
It's just a beautiful time, even though it's tough. You know what I mean? And you have to be thankful for what God puts out there for you when you're able to wake up in the morning and still be living, not having COVID, not having people around you that's falling. But each day you wake up, you're losing somebody. So that's another mental thing you have to deal with mental health, with just being able to say, okay, I'm gonna cope with life. What is next for me? Can I take these 3 steps or I take these 4 steps? So it's tough, to be honest with you, it's tough. Well, I just like to listen to my music, stay focused and listen to focus on positive things.
Right, right. You know,
Yeah.
mental health, your mind is all you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So one of the things that we even have done here at the entertainment office and the creative affairs office is we launched Care for the Creatives, and
Right.
that was important. So we did that in partnership with George Washington University. But at the end of the day, you don't have to pay for Care for the Creatives. You know,
Right.
if you have no funds, we got you. If you got a penny, that takes care of it. It's a telehealth.
Right.
You know, they're following all the HIPAA rules, but it's the care for the creatives that is important in this process. You
Right.
also talked about the music, you know, keeping the music and staying grounded. And I'm sure this has been across the board for all of our artists and creatives. So have you utilized this time to write songs? You're an actor, you know, shout out,
it's
you
been
know, your
crazy.
big girls. Have you been writing scripts or writing songs in this process?
Yes, I have. Actually, we've been putting together some all original music. We put together 11 tracks that We Are Backyard Washington, D.C. is one of the first ones that's coming out the gate. Also, me and my partner, Nick Pelicanos, are putting together 4 to 5 short film series that we're going to be pushing, getting together with the team, getting a lot of stuff together with all this talent that we have around the city, and putting everything in perspective, like, because there's so much talent here. We got the talent right here that we don't have to go outside the outskirts and go in other cities. Mm-hmm. We have it, but during this time is the best time. Actually, me and Nick is in here right now putting some stuff together.
Look, I know you and Nick can come up with some, and just know whatever y'all come up with, we're going to shoot it in DC.
That's what we're going to do.
We're going to have all that original music here in DC. And, you know, 202 Creates Month is coming up. Mayor's Arts Awards is on the horizon. So, you know, personally, I think we need to do a couple of launches.
I think so.
In September. You with me?
Yes, I'm super with you. We're already getting everything together now as fast as we can, but we want to strategically have it together like glue, tasteful, for everybody to say, oh, we really love this. Keep going.
Right, right. You know, for 5 seconds, I was like, you know, as creative as you are, I thought you was going to like maybe take out a violin and do it go-go style for the next launch. You know, that's what I want to see.
You know, I'm working on my acoustic guitar, but my guitar playing being as though all the shops and stuff been closed. Yeah. Every time I go to practice, I say, well, my guitar, they be like, we had to tighten the strings up. We had to get new strings. I was like, y'all pulling my leg. Get my guitar, man.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, everybody's doing like these Zoom virtual happy hours, Zoom get-togethers. Like, does the different band members from the different groups, do y'all get together and do like Zoom virtual?
Yeah, we be on the Zoom. Like with our band, we get on the Zoom, and then actually, me and my singer, we produced a COVID commercial. We put it on my Instagram. We was trying to get it. I wanted to actually ask you soon, can we can get that pushed out? Then the guys did one too. Just telling everybody to stay safe and stay home. We've been getting on Zoom, just talking about things that we're trying to do, as far as getting all the bands together, because I want to do this big portrait. You remember how they did that portrait in Harlem when they had all those families with the rappers together? I want to get every go-go artist together and get a big mural poster like with Chuck Brown kids, all the kids at go and do a real big photo shoot and have that like this big picture, and we do that surrounded by Create DC. I think that'll be 202 Creates, and that'll be dope if we can like partner with you guys and get that done. That'll be something really huge, and we do that big mural, that big portrait.
Consider it done. You know, like I tell people all the time, we don't need to do all these meetings. We don't need to sit down and talk for hours. We don't need to backtrack. So yeah, I can tell you now, done deal. I think that's hot. And I think too, you know, I call this area town like the corridor of creativity. And I think it would be great to be able to put up a mural. I think, you know, to be honest with you, if we could do a piece in all 8 wards, I think, I think that'd be dope. So like, if we can look at doing something in all 8 wards, you know, let's make it happen. And you 100%, you know, got our support on that. You know, the thing that I think is important is like when these ideas and these concepts come up, that we work fast and that we deliver. Fortunately, I have the support of Mayor Bowser and the, you know, the rest of the team. And, you know, I think it's important that we continue to put creativity on the forefront. Like, everyone is looking at DC right now, but you know, DC has so much to offer, so much to offer. So I got you on that. That's going to be our next project, and it's going to be several more to come. So
that'll be so dope.
You know, before I let you go, I'm sure you got band practice on your calendar and a few things to do today. So, you know, you a hustler by spirit, so I know you ain't sitting still.
Right? Gotta keep moving, but I just want to thank you for always having your door open. When I get to meeting with you, you always tell me my office and my door's always open. When you're ready, G, I got you. So I just love your spirit. You've always been the same lady since I first met you. Just keep doing it, and let's just do more things for the city and get things done.
Oh, we definitely will. You know, I got you. I need to add a couple of songs to my quarantine playlist. So what's 2 songs on your quarantine playlist that I can snag?
Oh man, Frankie Beverly. What's my favorite? Let me see. Joy and Pain.
Okay.
And Earth, Wind and Fire. What's my song? I just was listening to it yesterday because I wasn't able to listen to music this morning because I was moving so much. Earth, Wind and Fire. God, man.
Look, I know with that Joy and Pain, like I'll be in New Orleans for the jazz.
I know.
We would break out, you know, it'll go from a second line to doing the electric slide. I mean, when I get up off this couch, I'm gonna turn that on.
Reasons. Yeah.
That's falsetto. Falsetto.
Yeah. Like the old music gets me along though. The old music keep me going. Like Anita Baker.
Right.
It just keep me going. You know what I mean? I just like that calm music. The up music really don't do nothing for me. I just like to be calm, and then I could create like that.
Look, speaking of reasons, the reasons that we're here,
make a
difference in each other's life and make the difference in the lives of others. So G, I love you. You know I
love you too.
I'm gonna hold you down.
You always got me.
I got you.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.